gonna need is 1 1/3 cups of warm water, 1/4 cup of potato flakes, 1/4 cup of dry milk powder, a tablespoon each of instant yeast, salt, sugar, and 1/4 cup of olive oil. You're also going to need between 4 and 5 cups of flour. You may need more or less flour, but we're going to start with 4 cups, and then we will determine whether we need this additional cup or part of that cup. Into our 1 1/3 cups of water, we're going to put our tablespoon of yeast and our tablespoon of sugar. Then I'm going to go ahead and pour in our 1/4 cup of olive oil and our potato flakes. Then I'm going to go on and put our flour. Our milk powder, always like to put the milk powder and the salt on top of the flour. We're going to go ahead and start mixing this together, and then we'll be able to determine if we're going to need more flour. So let's get this going. It is at this point that you're going to determine whether you need more water or more flour, or if it looks dry, you're going to add water. If it looks wet, you're going to add a little flour. Personally, I'm feeling the dough and it looks just right. So I'm not going to add anything. I'm going to let it keep kneading. This dough is pressing together nicely. It is not sticking to my fingers and it is not crumbling. So I'm going to continue kneading this for 5 minutes, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like. Our dough has kneaded for 5 minutes and it is perfectly done. It's not sticky at all. It's perfect. It's supple, and it's exactly how you want it to feel. And look, it doesn't stick to your fingers. When you put your hands in there, it bounces back ever so slightly. So I'm going to just oil my bowl here. Then I'm going to oil the dough. And I'm going to let this rise for at least an hour or until it is double in size. Okay, we're ready to go ahead and deflate our dough. It's been rising. I have had my oven heating. I have had this rising for almost 2 hours. It has more than doubled in size, but I am going to go ahead and deflate it. And I'm just going to give this a couple of turns, and I'm going to divide this as evenly as possible into 2. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to shape my loaves. And I'm going to start rolling it and pressing it from the center out. And this is about how long you want it. And another little tip, this is how they would traditionally roll a baguette, is you would smush it down like this, and then you would kind of press it down in the center like this, and then you would bring it up into itself and pinch it shut on the bottom. Today we're making a soft Italian loaf. This one I'm going to just make plain. You can choose to brush this with some egg white and sprinkle it with some sesame seeds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this cornmeal and I'm going to sprinkle it on the back side of an overturned baking sheet, and some of it is going to sprinkle off onto your baking stone, and you're going to have to clean that up. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to shape this other one, and then I'm going to cover this lint-free cloth, and I'm going to put it on top of my stove where it's warm, and I'm going to let it rise for about a half an hour. So I have my loaves all shaped and ready to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of parchment, and I have a lint-free flour sack towel. The parchment ensures that you're not going to get any questionable things on your dough. So I'm going to put this on top of my stove. I'm going to let it rise for about a half an hour, and we'll be back when it's ready to slide this in on that baking stone. Okay, we're ready to go ahead and bake our bread off. One thing you're going to have to do before you put this in the oven is you're going to have to slash it. So you're going to take it very gently. You're going to take your knife, and you're going to go down just about 1/8 of an inch in there. And then you don't want to deflate it, but you want to slash it. So make sure your knife is super sharp. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our pan, and we're going to do like the song says. We're going to wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just like that. We're going to close the oven really fast, and we're going to bake that for 20 minutes. Forgot. I want you to toss a couple of ice cubes in here in the oven. Toward the back would be great so that you don't ruin your element. I don't know that you're going to ruin your element, but what this is going to do is going to simulate a steam injected oven. Close the oven really fast. Leave it closed. We'll be back in 20 to 25 minutes. These loaves are gorgeous and they're ready to come out of the oven. So I'm just going to take my baking sheet here, and I'm going to take a pair of tongs and I'm going to gently pull and push them so that I don't break the crust. There you have it. Beautiful. Italian crusty loaves. They're soft on the inside and they're crusty on the outside, and they give just a little, and they're very hot. So I am going to let these cool for just a little while, and then I'm going to bring you back because I know you're going to want to see what they look like on the inside.
Taste too.
And a taste too. Okay, here we go. We're ready. I'm going to cut one open. Which one do you think we should cut open?
I don't know.
You don't know?
The pretty one.
They're both pretty. That's the problem.
So there's your answer.
All right. Basically, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll cut the end off. You can hear how crispy the bottom is. And I'll show you. Look at that. Look at the crumb on that loaf. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's tight and it's soft on the inside. Beautiful. Just like that. I'll show you the bottom. You thump it, it sounds hollow. It's positively gorgeous. Nice and crunchy on the bottom, soft on the top, soft on the inside. Do you want to taste it?
Sure.
We'll just put some butter on this. Okay. That's how you do it. A perfectly delicious loaf of Italian bread that you made at home. And if you have a pizza stone in your oven, it makes it so much more wonderful. So, I hope that you try this, and I hope that you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.